Today we're going to be taking a look at our next section, Unit 3, which is on criminal law. In most cases, when people think about law, they don't think about constitutional law. Rather, they tend to think about law and order. Again, an American theme. Although there is a Law and Order Canada, so maybe our Toronto might want to take a look at that. Anyway, we're going to begin to focus on criminal law. So in this section, we're specifically going to take a look at the events that occur when a crime has been committed and the legal terminology that you need to be familiar with as you track criminal cases through the criminal law process in Ontario and Canada. So there are a couple of discussions that I would like you to participate in, and all you need to do is do a posting in response to the prompt from the content area. The first discussion involves what do you think is a crime? You do not need to do that one. Don't waste your time on the very first one. We'll be doing the next one, which is on uses a Latin term. It's called mens rea, which means a guilty mind. So in order for an act to be considered criminal in nature, it must pass a four-way test. Again, another test. So if the answer is no to any of the four questions involved in that particular event or case, for the purposes of criminal law in Canada, that would not be considered a crime. Now, that is not the case everywhere in the world, but in Canada, you need to pass this four-way test. First of all, is the nature of the act considered wrong? 2, did the act cause damage? 3, if the act did cause damage, was that damage severe? And finally, 4, has the criminal law system dealt with the act? Click on each of those four drop downs and jot down a note on which each one is based. So make sure you've got a note on that, not just the phrase. So you may have also heard of the term phrase omission or commission. Commission means you've actually done something, you've acted on something. You crossed the road, an act of commission. Omission is you did not do something. You omitted to do something. So a crime can involve an act of commission, where you actively do something, or an act of omission, where you don't actually do something that you should have done. For example, you may have actively stolen something, or you may have omitted to pay your taxes. So try the four-way test on the scenarios that involve Jeremy and Joyce. And after you've done that, please take a look at the sequence on crime. There's a case study where you're driving on the 401, I'm sorry, the 416, which actually connects the 401 to Ottawa. Read the case study and participate in the discussion, guilty mind or not. This is the first situation I'd like you to post a discussion comment in. Do you think you should have been pulled over by police and given a ticket for speeding? Do your actions demonstrate a guilty mind? Explain your thinking to your group. Again, just a single post, no need to reply afterwards. There is a second case study. Example 2. Too good a deal to pass up, followed by the discussion of guilty mind or not in the second situation. Again, please read the case, post your thoughts in a discussion thread. You do not need to reply to anybody else's post here. And again, both of these posts are just a few lines. So there is a follow-up instruction on mens rea. It's a Latin word, so you'll see it italicized, or Latin phrase. And it's further broken down into two parts. Mens rea, which is the guilty mind, and a guilty act, which is called actus reus. Mens rea and actus reus are functional concepts in criminal law. So you'll want to make sure you understand the legal significance of both of these concepts. These concepts are also used in American criminal law as well, so you may have heard it discussed if you watch any Law and Order or other legal shows on television. So, thinking about the second example involving the speakers, what was the guilty act in that situation? And then explain your thinking to the group. In this case, I'd like a more fulsome discussion where you do make two replies to other group members. So again, the expectation here is that you'll post your thoughts in the discussion, and then you come back a couple hours later, maybe later on in the day, and then see that there's a significant thread there and post some replies to other people's thinking, either in agreement or if there's an opposing view, share an opposing reply. So the final part for today is to do a self-assessment. This is a quiz. It's not for marks. It's in the Check Your Knowledge section, just prior to the section called Consolidation. That's where we'll be ending today. We'll be taking a look at consolidation and the rest of 3.1 later on. Thank you. Have a great day.